Right, so I'm currently doing transplant of onions. If you watch my previous video, I've spoken about the beds, the new beds that we're doing, and I'm just making a follow-up on places where there were gaps. These are all king onions. So there's something I want to talk about, something that you don't really hear other farmers discussing. This is a red onion failure. This right here. If you remember last season, I'd say some 6-8 months back, we planted these onions, these red onions, alongside the tomato rodet. This is 7 months. 7 months. Imagine. These are supposed to be ready to consume in 3-4 months. But it's been 7 months, no bulb. I'll tell you why. That is because one of two things. One, we planted under a section that is covered with trees. That is bad. Never do that. That is the worst thing that you can ever do. And the problem with onions, they don't die, but they do not grow. Look at this. This is just rubbish. And also, the second thing is the inconsistency in watering. This is what happens when you don't water them properly. They'll definitely start splitting. Look, and you do not want this, especially if you're going to be selling them. All of these, they are splitting them, twinning, bulbing, whatever you want to call it. And also the other thing is this whole section. Look at how long that is. It was in the ground. All this section. That is not supposed to be happening. You want your onion to grow outside and the roots underground. All this section, it was underground. So these are some of the mistakes that we made, but we're still learning. All of them, they started to split. They started to split. Even this one started to split. And that is a huge loss. It's a huge loss. Thank goodness we didn't buy too many onions, because that is a financial loss. So that's something that you have to remember. Never plant under a shade, and make sure your irrigation, whatever method you're using for watering, is consistent, because that's what happens. And the problem with onions is because this is all grass. Grass does not die. It'll stay green, but you'll eat nothing in the end. So imagine 7 months gone to waste. So what we're now trying to do is to transplant. I remove from the shade. I'm gonna transplant them to a place where there's a lot of sunlight coverage, and we'll see what is gonna happen. At this point, I really don't care. I've already cut my losses, but I just want to see if they grow back. Maybe I'll grow them to the point of flowering. Maybe we can harvest some red onion seeds. That'll be awesome. So that is that on that, and we are continuing with the planting of the white onions, the king onions, the capriccio, and the Texas grano. So yeah, just watch my previous videos for reference. So this is the day after transplanting the red onions. They're really tired. We don't know if they're going to resurrect, but hey, my theory is onions are grass. Grass does not die easily.